Hello everyone, you can take the time to scan the QR code. We will start in about 10 to 15 seconds, but please take the time to scan the QR code. If you have any questions, we will have a Q&A session at the end of my presentation. Okay, thanks. So, let's start. And I will start with a simple question today. Actually, simply, who here in the room loves a good morning booster? I'm thinking about a coffee, it can be a tea, it can be a good one in the morning, so please raise your hand if it's the case. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, I'm Antoine Lemegre, I'm a supply chain expert here at Odoo, and actually I really do enjoy coffee. Not because of the taste, but because it helps me to boost my day. And actually, as a supply chain expert, I have to boost a lot of things during my days. I have to see a lot of warehouses, I have to see a lot of processes, and I need to be able to optimize those processes. And I guess that if you are in the room today, it's because you have to do the same than me. That's why today we will have a mission together, as I already prepared a database containing some sale orders, and we will have to optimize the outbound process for those sale orders together. Okay. But first, before we start to deep dive a bit into Odoo, I would like to share with you a simple message that I want you to remember. It's possible to optimize any warehouse with the same checklist. Okay? So here, I have a three-point outbound checklist that I want you to remember and that I always use when I have to implement Odoo in a warehouse. Firstly, I have to think about the picking path. Is it optimized? Is it possible to optimize the picking path for my operators? Then, I need to think about the use of the right picking method. We have multiple picking methods available in Odoo, so I need to be able to understand the need and to apply the best picking method. And finally, as I need to deliver goods to my customers, I need to be able to manage the transport efficiently. That's why today we will deep dive into Odoo in order to understand this and apply it to a use case. Let's start with the first point, the optimization of the picking path. Here I will take an example of a warehouse which is structured like this. I have 4 different halls and you can see different colors. Each color is related to a sale order that I have to pick in my warehouse. So here, actually, I have to think a little bit about what could be the best, what could be the optimized picking path for my operators. Actually, it's quite simple for this warehouse. I would like first my operator to go this way and then come back this way to do the same for the hall C and hall D. Why? Because thanks to this, my operator won't lose time and it will be optimized. Now, I need, of course, to be able to translate this in Odoo. That's the most important. And in order to do that, we have to understand a key information. Actually, in Odoo, we have to organize our location in an alphanumerical order. That's super important. And that's what I actually did already here in my database. I will show you. I followed this logic of having here locations following an alphanumerical order. Thanks to that, I'm creating a picking path in Odoo for my operators, and Odoo will directly sort the task in the barcode module according to this order. Also, on my picking slips, Odoo will follow that order, and this will be super efficient in order to optimize the picking path. Okay, that was the first idea, quite simple, and quite simple to implement it in Odoo as well. Now, let's speak about the second point, the use of picking methods. That's super important, and before we deep dive into Odoo, I would like to make sure that everyone in the room understands the different picking methods. In order to explain you this, I will use a simple metaphor. Actually, let's imagine that I'm doing some groceries, I'm in a shop with my trolley. So I'm doing my groceries, I have my own shopping list, and I will pick some products for my shopping list. That's what we call single picking, as I'm picking products for a single shopping list. Now, let's extend that idea. let's imagine that my mother calls me and she gives me her shopping list. She tells me that she wants me to buy her some products. Now I end up with 2 different shopping lists, right? So I need to do the work and pick all the products for my mom and for myself. That's what we call batch picking, as I'm grouping orders together. Now let's extend that idea. Let's imagine that I'm using 2 different boxes in my trolley. I put 1 box for my mom and 1 box for myself. And I start picking the products, and I put the products for my mom in her box and my products in my box. That's what we call cluster picking, as I'm directly sorting the products according to the picking list, according to the order. Okay? Let's talk about the third one, the wave picking. Wave picking, actually, the idea is that we will split the task among the person that are available. So let's imagine, again, I'm in the shop doing my groceries and I'm with my kids. So actually, I will ask my son to go and take all the fruit. I will ask my daughter to go and take all the vegetables. And I will be the responsible for the bread. So I'm really splitting the task among the persons. That's what we call wave picking. So let's think a little bit here about our use case. So I have different sale orders here in Odoo with different carriers. And actually, if I open here my products and I show you the products, I have different types of products. And you can see, I help you a little bit to understand by renaming the product categories here, but I have 4 different categories. And each category is stored in a specific hall. So hall A contains all the vegetables, hall B the refrigerated products, hall C the beverage, and hall D the pastas. Okay, quite simple, but now I have to think a little bit about what could be here the best picking method in order to optimize my picking process. Actually, it will be the wave picking. It's exactly the same as what I explained earlier. So here I will already configure the operation in order to make it not manually but automatically, because in Odoo it's possible to use automatic batches like this, for example, and to group waves by product categories. So let's select those different product categories like this, and I will save, and I'm done with my configurations. So really easy. Now let's take my sale orders, and I can now confirm those sale orders. Okay, great. Let's observe what happened here in our inventory module. You can see that Odoo created 10 different transfers. 6 because I have 6 sale orders, but Odoo automatically created 4 different waves. So I can open those waves, and you can see that in the description I know that each wave was created because it was related to a product category. Okay, great. That's really helpful. Now I need to assign those waves to my different operators or to my different kids, as I explained earlier. Let's take the beverage here. So I will take care of this one. Let's continue. I will assign the pastas to Alice. I will then assign the refrigerated product to Gilles. And finally, the last one here will be for Rosalie. But here, when I observe actually the wave for Rosalie, I see that there are not that many products. So maybe it will be possible to merge some waves together. And thanks to the new version of Odoo, it will be possible to take 2 waves. So for example, the one for Alice and for Rosalie, because those are really small waves, and merge them together. Just like that, and it's done. And I will open my wave here. I will simply here rename it, because I need to add the fact that we have some vegetables with it. And that's it. We are done, and so Alice will be responsible in order to pick those products. Great. Let's continue and let's pick those products thanks to our barcode module. So here I'm opening the barcode module. You can see that I have my different transfers here, but I will open here my batches as I want to see the waves that I need to process. I will simply remove the filter to do. So here we can observe the 3 waves that we had in the back end. We can observe them here in the front end thanks to the barcode module. Really simple. I have all the different descriptions. It's really easy. And I will start to pick the products. And here, remember, I imported the locations according to the alphanumerical order. So here it's really easy for my operator because it starts at the zone C02 and then goes to C06 and then C07 and so on. So it really follows this order that we created together. Okay, great. Let's validate this one and let's do the same for the other one. So again, it goes to A05, then A07, and then it must go to the all D because we merge the waves together. Great. And finally, I will do the same for this one. Same process, but I'm simply scanning all the products here in order to process to the picking. Okay. It was really easy and it was possible to split the task thanks to the wave picking. Great. Now I have here to pack my product. So I have a 3-step delivery. Now I need to pack my product. But at the beginning of my presentation, I told you that it was really important to think about transport management. And here, from this stage, I will already start to think about the transport management. Why? Simply because when you think about transport management, you need to think about 3 different things. First one, if you have dock, you need to think about the dock allocation. You need to make sure that you assign docks efficiently in order to avoid delays. Okay, so we will do that together. Then we will have to think about the load planning. We have to make sure that the vehicle that we will use will match the volume and the weight of the orders that I want to ship to my customers. Then finally, I need to make sure that I have a route which is optimized for my truck drivers because I want to minimize the cost, I want to minimize the distance, the time, and the fuel that is used. Okay, let's start with the dock allocation in Odoo directly. And in order to do that, I will firstly have to jump here into the configuration of my operation and I will add what we call dispatch management. That's really important, that's a key feature for what we are doing today. I will open here my different transfers and I will here group the transfers by carrier like this, and thanks to that I will be able to generate 2 different batches simply because I want to batch the orders related to standard delivery together because I want to put them in the same dock, and same logic for the express delivery. So let's do it. Okay, that's the first one, that's the standard one. Great, and just like that I will generate my first batch. Let's do the same here for the second one. I will do it manually just to show you that it's really easy to do it. Great, and my batches are now available. Let's open this batch. Thanks to the dispatch management configuration that I added, you can see that I can choose my dock. Okay. Here, I know that in my warehouse, when I have to manage express deliveries, I always put them in the dock A, because dock A is in my warehouse the dock for express deliveries. So let's do it. I will simply select dock A. What is actually happening right now? Odoo modified, you can see all the destination locations to dock A. So that's quite efficient. And here I will add something else. I need to pack my product, so I will do it from here as well. That's also something that we improved and do thanks to the version 19 of Odoo. But now I can simply here open my line. So I group by transfer in order to be able to do it. But I will put in pack here directly my different stock move lines. So that's quite useful. Let's do it for every transfer. Up, bit manual, but actually it's quite fast. And just like that, every product are now packed and are now going to dock A. Okay, great. We are done for this first batch. So let's take now the other batch that we need to proceed. So let's use it. I will send them to dock B, and I will do exactly the same here, same process. And yeah, let's do it like this. And like this. Okay, great. We are done. I'm about to validate my batch. But as I told you, I need to think about the transport management. And now I would like to make sure that Odoo creates here 2 batches that are the same than the one I'm using right now, according to the doc that is used. That's really important for me. So here I will simply go in the configuration. Again, I will add dispatch management, automatic batches, and I will add here batch grouping according to the source location. Really important for me. And now I can simply take the batches from the pack operation and validate them like that, and I will validate the other one. And now you can see that I have my 2 batches here. Okay, we talked together about the dock allocation. That's what's great. Now we need to think about the load planning. So let's do it. Let's take the first batch. Here I always want to use a small truck because it's less expensive for me. So here I will try to use it for that order. Unfortunately, it's not possible as the volume is not enough. So I will use the large truck. And let's do the same here for the other batch. I will try to use the small truck. Again, it's not possible. So I will use here the large truck. Okay, great. That was it about the load planning. Now we have to think about the transport optimization, the route optimization, really important. In order to do that, I will open the map here, like that. And you can see that thanks to version 19 of Odoo, I now have a map which displays the best path according to the order of the transfers. But here, as you can see, it's not that logical. So actually I would like to start in Mons. That will be easier for me to handle. And I would like then to go to Brussels. So I will do it like that. And maybe I need to check a little bit what is going on in Brussels. Okay, that's not logical. Yeah, and like this it seems better for me. So thanks to that, I modify the order of the transfers, and I can of course open it in Google Maps if I want to. Okay, and so Odoo here directly modified the order of the transfer. That's great. That's super nice, and I will be able to deliver this batch here. And now for the rest, I have actually to do the same. Let's open this one. Okay, this one is great. It's the same. We are going to Liège for both orders, so it will be fine. Okay. Now I'm done with it. I can simply validate my batches like this because my truck driver did the route and delivered the products to my different customers. One thing that I did not say is that you saw that customer was located in Liège for my first batch. It's always possible to remove a transfer from a batch and to put it in another batch in order to reassign a bit the transfers if you want to optimize a bit better the different routes. So, not the right one, yeah. So, in order to conclude this, either you like a morning booster or not, actually, most important for me is that you think about this checklist in order to boost your outbound process. That's really important. And so the key message that I want you to remember from my presentation today is that it's possible to optimize any warehouse with the same checklist, which is firstly the optimization of the picking path. We did it together, and remember you have to reorder your locations according to an alphanumerical order. That's really important. Then you need to think about the use of the right picking method. Which picking method is the best to use? Think about the metaphor that I explained in order to understand the different picking methods. And finally, manage the transport efficiently. That's really important, and you can do it thanks to the configuration that I showed, so the dispatch management system. So that's it for my presentation, and before we start the Q&A session together, please use this checklist in your warehouse or during your next implementation. That's really important. And if you got specific questions, we are there with my team at the inventory booth, which is right there. And if you have some questions, just come at the booth. We'll be there today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow, so don't hesitate. Thank you very much, and we can start the Q&A session.
So the first question would be, how can we manage the transport if we use external transport companies and don't have our own trucks?
A little problem there. I would say that the answer will be to the answer would be to use connectors. In Odoo you have standard connectors. You can see, if you open the configuration in Odoo, you can see that we have standard API. And if you use an external transporter, I would say that then you need to try to either have a great communication with the transport manager, or you can give him an access into Odoo in order to manage this transport together thanks to this setting. Yeah.
Thank you. Are automation available to set up for assigning the order picker?
Sorry?
Can we automate the order picker choice?
You cannot automate it like that, if I understand well the question. But you could actually automate it, the assignment, thanks to a bit of AI, as Fabien showed this morning, with some automation. But you would have to test it. I did not test it yet because it's quite new. But yeah, I think that it will be possible to create a prompt in order to make sure that everything is assigned according to your criteria.
Thank you. Can the volume and weight calculation be used for an example quotation, so you can give an estimate expected transport cost?
Actually, so you have to understand that how does a delivery method work in order to compute the cost. Most of the time they use the weight, so they will take the weight, and thanks to this weight and distance they will compute the price. So what you can do is, when you put a delivery method, you can use the estimated price, which will estimate the price directly, meaning that on your sell order line you will have the information about what should be the price in order to deliver the product. And you could also use real cost, meaning that you will only invoice the customer once the delivery is done and once you added the right weight on your product. So I don't know if you saw it in my demo, but when I put products impact, Odoo asked me what was the weight for that product, for those products. So yeah, if you adapt a bit the weight, then the cost will be different, and of course the real cost will be better to use in that case. Yeah.
Perfect. Where is the delivery order when using batch?
Where is the delivery order when using batch? Not sure to understand the question.
Maybe you can get the people to join you afterwards for more specific questions, because I'm not sure I have enough details.
Yeah, not sure to understand this one, but please come see me. As I said, we are at the inventory booth, so don't hesitate to come.
All right.
Yeah.
And you do have a lot of questions, so I'm guessing you'll have some visits.
Yeah.
How does Odoo manage tracking of the deliveries on the map? Do the vehicles need to have a GPS?
No, actually there is no tracking of the move of the truck on the map yet. Here it's simply, as a supply chain manager, I need to make sure that I manage my transport efficiently. That's really the most important. So it's before the delivery, then I will simply configure the map, and then I will ask my truck driver to deliver the product. But I do not have a GPS on the truck driver in order to see where he stands for the moment. That's not yet possible.
I have a question which I think is incomplete but might be understandable still. What is the difference of warehouse stock to warehouse output?
That's not super related to the talk here, but actually warehouse stock will contain all the products in your warehouse, and then if you put them in the zone output, because you prepare your orders, it's called the warehouse output. So yeah, but again, it's not here related to the toll, so we can discuss it. If you have a specific flow to check, we can check it together afterwards. Yeah.
Can you manage the transport between two sites of the same company? The example given is between production and a warehouse.
It depends. No, because it must be a delivery, so here it will be an internal one, so I don't think so, but we can check. No, I don't think so.
Can you manually reorganize the determined delivery route?
Sorry, I don't understand.
I'll start again, this is my fault. Can you manually reorganize the determined delivery route?
Manually reorganize the determined delivery routes. Actually, you can do what I showed. You can do much than that. So if it doesn't answer the needs, again, let's discuss it. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. Yeah.
We still have a lot of very interesting questions, so I'm pretty sure you'll get some visit afterwards.
Okay. Thank you very much, and please remember, apply these best practices in your warehouse. And if you got specific question, we are at the booth. Thank you.